I mean,
were there other regular like civilians in
Oh,
first
yeah.
class with you?
There were.
Yes.
What were they?
And yes, there was no
way.
contrition. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a seatmate. Don't know his name.
Oh my gosh.
But-
There's a guy literally next
Yeah.
to you, just like,
and he was literally just shaking his head the whole time, like
oh my god,
handing me napkins.
No,
I felt so badly for him. He was just like trapped like a rat next to me in the window.
Can we get him on the
sorry.
reunion?
I know.
Can we fly him
That's the
out?
kind of stuff. Those are the kind of receipts, like the flight attendant that kept checking on me.
Ugh.
Miss Bateman, are you okay? Can I get you
Oh my
anything?
gosh.
Like, I'll have some sparkling water. More sparkling water.
Well, we are here for a very special episode of Pop Apologists with the one and only Britani Bateman. Britani, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be here.
You are so generous and lovely to spend some time with us because I have to say, and I told you this when I first walked in, but I haven't told it in front of Chanler.
I'm ready.
I really believe that you are destined to be the center snowflake. You are such a fucking star.
Oh my god.
Like, you are this show.
You are so sweet.
You just bring alive every scene. And you are so funny, and you have such a rawness and a vulnerability. And I just feel like you have charmed America, the world even.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, I'm blushing. Just thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, don't you think it's in your future?
I mean, that's very generous of you to say. I'm not even a snowflake yet, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Travis, I am ready to file a
So
class
cute.
action lawsuit against Bravo and Shed Media over this. Because how is someone carrying the show who isn't a snowflake?
You are a star. And I feel like you've just given like the cast, the relationships, just like new life. And it's been so fun to watch.
Honestly, I cannot say thank you enough. That means the world to me, especially from you two. So thank you. And you guys get it. Like, you get Salt Lake.
I mean,
I'm so excited to hear about your background. And
I know we have so much to get into. I mean, I feel like, where do we even want to begin?
Well, I think let's start with how your life has kind of changed since you've become famous.
oh my gosh, I don't even think that word is a thing for me. I don't even know what that means. I don't think I'm famous, but it is so fun. The amount that I get recognized just makes me so happy because I see people's faces light up just to see me, and then I go get to give them a squeeze and like take a selfie, and it just
Yeah.
I mean it just that's changed for
It's
me.
got to feel pretty fun.
It's so fun. It's so fun making other people happy.
Mhm.
And that's what being on the show so far has done for me, is just expanded my reach of people that I can touch.
Yeah.
And
When I was doing a little bit of just research on you, just pre Salt Lake, I didn't
Yeah.
realize how many Mormon cinema, Mormon movies you'd been in that we grew up on.
did you
Like,
see
it's a little niche. Yes, I remember. So like on Sundays,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of an aside, but before we get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake, but like on Sundays we were only allowed to watch like Mormon flicks.
Very-
we couldn't
very
really watch like
typical.
secular TV.
Right.
So I remember
Secular TV.
Mobsters and the Mormons.
Oh my gosh, Mobsters and Mormons.
I must have watched that.
Are you
Probably 10
kidding?
times throughout childhood. Here I am with the lead star.
Okay, well, my daughter that I was pregnant with is right here. That's how long ago that was.
I have the chills. I really have the
I'm not
chills.
kidding. She was in my tummy in that movie. I was really actually pregnant with that.
Incredible.
Hi, lovely.
and then you were in the RM, which is
Yes.
another, everyone who's not Mormon or
Classic. If everyone listen to this show,
they'll
turn on
know.
the RM. Watch the RM.
That's a bigger one. I'd say Mobsters and the Mormons is a little bit more niche, but
Yeah.
not as big.
The RM was my first film that I was the lead in. I'd done a lot of TV and film before that. You guys, isn't that still funny on its own?
Yes.
Like, it
Oh,
still stands
totally.
the test of time. It's still my favorite movie that I've ever done because it was my first, and I was just like wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and so excited to have a lead in a show, and it's just so freaking funny.
It was hilarious. That was like a golden era, I think, of some more
Yes.
movies. But
I
anyway,
do that anymore.
all that is to say, you've been a star to me, and I didn't realize it for a very long time.
I'm sorry. You're like, girl, I've been.
No.
IMDb, okay?
No, that you're so cute. Thank you. That's so
Anyway.
sweet.
One thing I love about you is that I feel like you have a great balance of being very sincere and vulnerable on the show, but also super hilarious, right? Like your comedic timing, everything is just you bring a lot of range.
Oh my gosh.
And you're very sincere. And this even translates to social media because we had a clip that went up and we were expressing our thoughts over your scene with Olivia.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, we don't know what that would have been like to have grown up and have that happen to you.
Yeah.
And we were kind of critical. And
Yeah.
you were so sweet in the comments.
Really?
You were like, I
Yes.
totally understand that perspective. And that makes so much sense. And I just hope as this season goes on, people get to see more of our story. And I just think that it's just very impressive the way you've kind of shared and also received people's criticism.
That's so generous of you. You guys are like making my whole year. Honestly, you're so sweet. But I do think it's important to note and to reach out and say, hey, listen, if I knew what you knew and that's all I knew about me, I would have the exact same judgment. I would have the exact same thoughts and feelings. You don't really know what someone's gone through till you actually walk in their shoes. And it's impossible to. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and I think also the show, they're there to create a narrative.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're not going to, they're not going to show like what I just saw where Olivia's actually here in the room. She's with
Yeah.
you. She was helping you get your glam done
No.
before we started. You guys clearly have such a loving, wonderful relationship.
We do.
So like that part, maybe viewers haven't quite seen yet.
Yeah.
And so it's really sweet to see that the journey that you've been on, it seems like we're in a good place right now.
We're in a good place, definitely, but we have a long way to go. I mean, I think she would agree that we're still going to therapy. We're still talking about it. We're still working through things, and it's going to be a journey forever.
Yeah.
We've always had that bond. I was a stay-at-home mom for the first decade of their lives, thankfully, before things kind of went sideways. And those formative years, I feel like, are so important for the parent-child bond.
Yeah.
And thank heavens we were able to sort of like reestablish that thanks to the show, really. The show brought us together, and we
Really?
would both say that. And then we were able to, now we are able to, now that the bond has been reestablished and remembered, now we can work through successfully some really difficult things that we both experienced.
Do you think, I guess, like speak more to the show sort of opening up this new vulnerability or kind of helping you reestablish your relationship? Do you feel like it kind of held up a mirror in some ways, or it helped you, like, I don't know, just reflect in a way?
Oh, both. I mean, they reached out to Olivia, and Olivia didn't film the first season I was on. She was wanting to sort of watch how it all went down and decide if she wanted to, which is fair and smart. She's a math major, so she's very, very smart. She's shaking her head right now. I like to brag. But, the second time they reached out again, and she was brave enough to film that scene with me. And
Yeah.
then we were just sort of off to the races, communicating again. And then they brought us to therapy for the first time. That was the first time we'd ever
Yeah.
been to therapy. And so we credit the show for bringing us together.
Chandler and I we are in a really tight family. And so we kind of always talk about how horrible it is when people lose touch with their immediate family. And so what I think is really cool about you guys showing and sharing your story is that hopefully there's someone in the audience who has cut off their parent and thinks, okay, maybe there's like a road back to this. Maybe this is actually, there's hope here and I shouldn't give up on this relationship.
Oh, 100%. Like the parent-child relationship is so important.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what kind of relationship it is, everyone craves and needs
Yeah.
a relationship with their parent. And then in vice versa, a relationship with their child. It's biological. It's so important. It's
Yeah.
intrinsic.
Yeah.
So yes, that's nice. And we made the conscious decision, we talked about it, to share this really hurtful, vulnerable story as much as we were able to share so far, to do just that, to help other people see a road back, and also to clang the warning bells, just like,
Yeah,
look, this might happen to
totally.
you if you decide to date and get married, get remarried after divorce with young kids. This could happen to you.
Yeah.
No, that's actually such a good point because there also could be viewers who are in that exact situation
Trying
who
to
are
decide what to do.
and also like in a new relationship and maybe getting too immersed in their new personal life. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
And you guys would understand. I've explained this on the show and I've explained this in interviews, but you guys would understand more than anyone. Like we were taught growing up, God first,
Mm-hmm.
then couple, then your spouse, then children. And in that's the pyramid that
That's
you're
the order.
aiming for. And that's really that was the driving force to sort of reestablish a family, that pyramid structure for my children.
Mhm.
I mean, of course, there were nuances besides that as well working against me, but that was what I was going for. And then at first it seemed all was well. We were just the Brady Bunch family, like the perfect family until things went sideways. So, man, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I want to ask about another relationship in your life.
Yes.
The J word.
Yes, the J word of it all.
If we can get into that other, relationship that has played out a little bit on screen last season and this season.
Yes.
I mean, where do we stand with Jared? Where are we at with that man?
Have you not seen in the
I'm
on the
Well, I saw the episode that just came out yesterday, today.
Oh, for real? Okay, so we're back together.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I had a feeling. I
Have an announcement. We're back together.
good.
And back together for good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We ride
Well,
for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're very rare.
I mean, I will say I've had my skepticism.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that you
Yeah.
are back together for good. Because I think
Good.
the bumpy road this season that we're at least seeing, you know,
Yes.
I'm happy that it's like led to something more smooth and long term.
I also think you're hot together.
You are hot together. That absolutely that.
Oh, he's my person and I'm his.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for those that think that like all relationships should be rosy and perfect. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Every marriage, every relationship has a deep, ugly underbelly.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's what usually gets revealed
Yeah.
on this sort of show. And not to throw the show under the bus at all. I'm not trying to do that. It's just that that's what gets highlighted
Yeah.
because
I mean, that's good TV.
well, yes, and more than that, that's what people are interested in. But then the 90% that is fantastic doesn't usually get
Because it doesn't help the storyline and they only have so much time, in that
Yeah.
32-minute episode.
Of course. And I don't
It'll-
blame them. That was the dramatic part. And the last 8 months, we haven't been together since that episode where he's
Really?
calling me unstable.
Yes, when
Yeah.
like you're walking away from
Wait,
the
Yes.
You haven't?
Not.
Oh, you have not?
We have not.
So you took a long break.
A long break.
Okay, and then
Can you talk
talk
to us about the break?
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, he's just been begging to get back together since
Yeah.
then. And
That scene was hard to watch because I
Yeah.
was like, if this man feels this comfortable, saying
Yes.
this on camera,
Yeah.
it was
imagine
it turned
behind
me on
closed
to Jared.
doors. No, for sure. And I think that he meant it. He just didn't mean it to mean that I'm unstable. He meant that me breaking up every 5 minutes is what's unstable. If I could just stick it out and like stick through hard conversations rather than like freeze flee.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to say. Still, he's apologized profusely for that. He said 100 times since then, I am so sorry. That was such a mean thing to say.
Yeah.
Such a mean, terrible thing. I was a jerk. He's like, I was an asshole. Can I swear on here?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
I was an asshole. I'm so sorry. And then I've just been saying no. Like, I've heard all this before. I've
Yeah.
heard that you're sorry. I've heard that you'll change. I've heard that you'll finally commit. And he's like, well, then I'm just going to start showing you.
Mhm.
So recently, I turned him down really hard. I started dating someone else. And he's like,
Wow.
I am going to show you with my actions rather than just tell you and then show
Wow.
you. So we just started doing all the things for commitment.
Yeah.
Gave me the ring back until I can put it on my finger,
Yeah.
until he can put it on my finger
Yeah.
properly. And I don't know. He's just been wonderful.
So do you feel like this time feels different?
Yes,
I love
definitely.
yeah.
Like we're going to stick it out.
Okay.
We're going to work through hard things.
Good.
Instead of me cutting and running.
I hope you guys do.
Thank you. That's so nice.
I have a question. Jared is definitely, I feel like, a little bit of like kind of he's kind of comedic on the show, right? Like
Yes.
like
In not the best of ways.
like during the spilling the tea revolution. What was the party?
Oh, Boston spilled the tea party.
Boston spilled the tea,
Yes.
which was incredible.
Amazing.
So fun.
I think like Marvel films don't have the same production value as that. as that scene.
Right?
No,
It's insane.
wasn't
It was
set incredible?
I'm like, how many days did it take? Like, did she just throw this together? Anyway,
It
props
was
to Bronwyn.
incredible.
No, for real. Like,
Yeah.
she's creative. Of course, Bronwyn would do something over the top like
Yes,
that.
Totally.
yes.
When you bring up Jared and then Mary goes, "Oh my God, Jared!"
I know.
Do you laugh or are you annoyed?
Both.
Both.
I think that part of the reason that Jared is so poorly portrayed amongst my friends is partly my fault. Think about it. I haven't to this point fiercely defended him like everyone else defends their spouses. I just kind of roll with it and I, just sort of take it on the chin. But because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But now that I'm sure and I feel, steadfast in my resolve to stay and not run, work things out, I'm going to fiercely defend from now on, just like everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I can't speak for the rest of the cast, but I can speak as an audience member.
Yes.
And I think, I think the audience could feel that you weren't sure. That
Right.
you would kind of say things about him and then everyone would rush to your defense and say, hey, that's not right. Or
Right.
and that just led everyone to kind of be thumbs down on the guy.
Right. Right.
And
it's partly my fault.
Yeah, and I think too, he hasn't had the best edit, and I think he's also done some things to not necessarily help his case. But,
Exactly.
I mean, maybe next season, maybe we're gonna see just the positive sides.
Right.
Of Jared.
Some redemption.
Yeah, the redemption tour.
The redemption tour. Yes, hopefully. And I'm going to help that along. I'm not going to, help throw him under the bus with everybody else.
Although I will say it is one of my favorite parts of the show. I feel like just I don't know, I love your announcements and I don't know, it's just I think when you said that you guys broke up after he found out about the flirting on the little yacht.
Yeah.
Anyway, just there's something about it that is just, I don't know.
That we broke up and then someone said, you were already broken up. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't know. It's just so messy.
Anyway.
But I'm glad that you see the comedy in it.
Definitely do. And we're on the redemption tour now.
Okay, good. Yes, we're officially on the redemption tour.
Okay, Chandler, I was filming a little vlog the other day, trying to get into vlogging. And it was just funny because do you want to know what was sitting right beside my bathtub when I was sharing my kind of get ready with me moment?
Oh, this is an easy one. This is a softball for me. You had probably 1 or 2 empty cans of Clean Simple Eats Clear Protein.
It was yesterday's Clear Protein. Okay, sitting next to the bathtub that I did enjoy in the bath, everyone. I love Clean Simple Eats Clear Protein. I'll tell you why. It's an easy way to get 20 grams of clean grass-fed whey protein for a simple 90 calories. You grab it from your fridge. You're not messing up a blender. I love this stuff. I have cases delivered each month. I drink it for the taste, but the protein is a benefit. So it's so delicious. Clean Simple Eats, they also have amazing protein powders if you are ready to mess up your blender.
In the wintertime, I love to do a little chocolate milk situation with my Clean Simple Eats, okay? I do a little bit of the Fairlife milk, and then I do a scoop of the chocolate brownie batter. It's perfection.
You guys go to cleansimpleeats.com, use code PopApologist20 for 20% off your order. That's cleansimpleeats.com, code PopApologist20. Okay, you guys, this time of year is when my routine, I really want to kick it into overdrive so I don't go into the new year feeling like I need a complete overhaul. That is where having healthy daily routines makes a huge difference, and AG1 has been a lifesaver for me. AG1 is the daily health drink that combines your multivitamin, pre and probiotics, superfoods, and antioxidants into one simple green scoop. It's one of the easiest things you can do to support your body every day. I love drinking my scoop of AG1 right after my morning coffee, and it makes me feel like I am just getting a nice boost of all the prebiotics, antioxidants I need, vitamins and minerals, and I'm really setting myself up for success for the day. Also, it just helps me stay consistent with all my other health goals. AG1 Next Gen contains more vitamins and minerals than ever before and is clinically shown to fill common nutrient gaps. The pre and probiotics also help support gut health and digestion, which I really appreciate this time of year. AG1 has their best offer ever. If you head to drinkag1.com/apologists, you'll get the welcome kit, a morning person hat, a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, an AG1 flavor sampler, and you'll get to try their new sleep supplement AGZ for free, which has been a game changer for my nightly routine. That's drinkag1.com/apologists for $126 in free gifts for new subscribers. I'd love to ask you another question in this. It's kind of adjacent. So, fun fact about Chanler.
Yes.
One of her sexual awakenings was Donny Osmond
Let's not.
and
let's
Joseph
not.
and the Technicolor
Wait,
Dreamcoat.
what?
That is your life story.
You are way too young for that.
That's her. She was literally for Donny Osmond in that little sheet.
You know, I'll be real.
Oh my gosh, you are blushing right now, Lauren. You are blushing.
She's red.
I love this.
She's red.
It's actually makeup by Mario and a specific kind of blush.
Wait, I'm dying.
This
Trying
is
to pin that on.
amazing.
I always thought. Anyway, I'll get into it, but yeah.
Oh,
There are some sexy moments in that show.
Yeah, when he's in a jail cell, shirtless.
Oh my gosh. I've got to look that up now. Look that up. This is amazing.
I'll find
Did you not see that?
No.
Oh
Wait.
my gosh. Oh, I thought that's an iconic
I'll find it.
I
you
love
find
this.
piece
Yes,
of
yes,
Mormon
please.
cinema. Anyway,
Okay.
I was gonna ask if you have any Donny Osmond tea because
Donny Osmond tea.
our mom is a
he's-
big Donny fan.
Really?
Yeah, we
Well,
grew
he
up-
lives down the street from me.
Okay.
First of all, literally by.
visual reference. This is what we're talking
Oh, what the?
There were
Are you kidding?
There were stirrings. What
There were stirrings. Well, of course there were stirrings. Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
That's one of the more PG shots, I'll say.
Wow. I have to say, Uncle Donny. Hello. No, I've met him. He's incredible. He's so nice. And Jared took me to his show about a year ago. And he wasn't shirtless like that. He didn't
Dang.
look like that.
Bummer.
Dang it. But he was great. And then we sat in his green room and just chatted for a long time.
Oh, fun.
But I don't think he's too happy with Jared right now.
Really? Is he a viewer maybe of the
That's
show?
that's a little bit of tea that I can share with you. I don't think he's too thrilled with his nephew. Just because, Jared is sort of like out of the closet in the out of the church kind of way. And you guys, we all know how that feels. I've been out of the church too. Now I'm back in the church. But I don't know. And Jared does things that Orthodox Mormons would disapprove of,
Yeah,
which we all get.
Right.
Totally. He's
So-
not. Yeah, he's had some moments that I think maybe people would frown upon in
Yes.
the church or not in the church.
Yes,
too.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and especially in the church.
Yeah.
And is he specifically not happy that it's portrayed on the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the show is the problem,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
More, yes, the show's the problem.
I mean,
The vehicle.
Once again, Jared, get it together.
I know.
Us and for Uncle Donny.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this to Donny if you're listening. I just feel like maybe he just doesn't like that there's so much Jared talk these days
Oh,
in 2025. Maybe it's time
snap.
to look inward, Donny. Okay, let's
Wow,
someone
you-
else's light shine.
She's still completely red and
I know. You need to send him a personal message. You really do. We should all go to his show in
Yes.
Vegas. That's what we should do.
Oh, you're married though. Better watch out.
I really
Okay.
did try to put that on you. And I was actually going to ask you to sing a part of Joseph the Technicolor Dreamcoat, but you haven't
my
seen
gosh.
it. So actually, can we talk about your singing?
Yes, please.
Your reels when you're singing through the airport, you're in the cockpit. I thought if you try to get into the cockpit, there's like an air marshal who like
The cart is blocking you.
restrains you.
There, yeah, it is. There is one. And did you notice in my last one how the air marshal was just like, yeah, I'm getting out of the way. Who is this crazy person? But I must not look, threatening enough to
not.
zip tie me and pull me out. I don't know.
So how did you even get? How did you get in the like? How does that work?
I just asked.
You asked.
Yeah, I said, "Hey, can I come in and sing to you guys?"
Oh,
and just pretend like I'm pushing buttons. I'm like, "What are these? What do these do?" And then in the last one, and my daughter thought it was way too cringe, like bad cringe, not good cringe. I'm like, because I don't even know if you'd get this reference, but I was like, do you actually run the plane? Do you actually fly the plane? Would you get that reference?
Of course. Like, do you
See,
actually
they
drive
would-
the boat?
Yes, they would get
Wait,
it.
I
I
don't-
should
I
have
don't
left
get
it
it. What is
in.
it
You should have left it.
I
What
should
is
have
it
left
from?
it in.
It's from when she's on the boat and she's
Oh,
saying
when
to
you're
the
asking the
captain.
captain.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
okay, yeah.
Because hello, he's
Yes.
a babe and he looks like a paid actor. He doesn't look like he's an
captain?
actual captain.
Respectful.
I feel like you could do a master class on flirting. Like, because it would never come to my mind to be like, do you actually know how to do this?
Right.
I don't think that
so
was a flirting
smart.
technique. I was literally just wanting to know. Literally. Like I was just wanting to know if there's like a paid actor, if he's like an actor that like is just doing his thing, or if he like actually knows what he's doing, and there isn't someone to come in and do it for him when he's not there.
There's
You know
not
what I
someone who
mean?
looks more a little like Captain Lee.
Yes.
Like behind the scenes. Much love and respect to Captain Lee.
Captain Lee. Captain Lee. Yes. I mean, do they really run this ship all by themselves? But apparently they do.
He was also hot, and so it's always confusing.
Oh yeah,
when
regular Captain.
when hot people are smart, and so I
It's
think
extremely confusing. I mean, he was also leading a yoga class at one point. Hot, smart, flexible.
Yes. Was there really? Were they really just the staff? Were they really the real staff? You know what I mean? But no, they really are the real staff. I mean, they're doing everything. But yes, I asked the captain in the cockpit. I'm like, do you actually fly this plane?
It was great.
I think that could be its own little reel, actually.
I think
Like
it could
you
be.
going up to professionals that are hot.
And just, I love this.
Yes.
See, they get it, Liv. They get it.
You could, with our engineer here at the end, be like, do you
I know.
actually?
Do you actually engineer us?
Okay, well, let's step off the boat. I want to go back to the plane
Okay.
because I would like to go
Oh gosh.
to the plane incident
Wow.
of this season.
Uh-huh.
The
Plane incident heard around the world.
heard around the
But
world,
not seen.
never
The
seen
sonic boom heard around the
boom
world.
of this 4-hour flight, 5-hour flight, however long it was.
Yes.
Just walk us through that experience. Will we ever see any footage of what happened?
I'm still waiting to see if we'll see any footage of what happened.
Okay.
There are rumors and nastiness that someone took footage and that people signed NDAs and yada yada. I don't know if that's true. If it is true, I'm sure it'll come up this, I guess tomorrow. Wait, is today Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow at the reunion. We're filming the reunion tomorrow.
Reunion.
Yes. So I will know. I'll be able to answer this question.
Oh my
At some point. I don't know if there's receipts.
That's kind of what we've been speculating because
Yeah.
we were just like, how do we not have any, even just like audio recordings of anything? It just seemed crazy to me that not only like there would be people also in first class that obviously know you guys,
Right.
and then also none of the other cast members when take a little 30-second audio just to hear the insanity that was happening.
I don't believe the line of like, oh, we don't film each other, because I just think you're all work on this show. You all know the game. So when drama is happening, like this is a major drama plot line, like get your phone in horizontal mode and get to work. Like
I know.
that's crazy.
I think the thing about this situation is that all of the women, with the exception of Lisa and Meredith, obviously, are writing so hard for you and we're so like shocked by what had taken place. You haven't had an easy road with all the women,
Right.
Like you all have had your differences, like
Right.
looking at like, Mary and whatnot but she was like horrified.
Right.
And that's what really like brought it home for me that real shit went down.
Right. Right. She holds a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still suffering from PTSD over the last time I really did actually record. When I pulled my phone out to send Olivia a message, I mean, all hell broke loose, to say the least.
True.
And so I didn't even think about it, actually. I was so like locked in, trying not to show any reaction at all. I just didn't want them to know that they broke me.
Yeah.
And that's all I could think of was just like focus on the movie. I was watching Crazy Rich Asians. I was the one watching Crazy Rich Asians at that moment, like the second half.
Yeah.
I watched Maverick for the first half, literally 2 whole movies, long movies.
Okay.
And then, I don't know.
That's kind of my question. Like, was it something where she was like saying things directly to you, or was all to Lisa so you'd overhear?
No one's asked me that question yet, because that was her explanation, right? It's just that she was venting to a friend and I happened to overhear. It was definitely meant for me. Whether she was saying these things to me, she was saying stuff like this one and da 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 and la 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 and yelling things about me. And then while we were on the full descent from an international flight, it takes a long time. Everyone's buckled in. We're on the full descent. That's when things really erupted.
Like at the tail end.
At the tail end, the last 30, 40 minutes. And there's nothing anyone can do. I don't know. At that point, like I was still like, don't react. Everyone started screaming at each other.
So all the women.
Yeah. Like through... I think Mary was the only one not yelling. And then Angie was at the front and she wasn't yelling. But at some point, I started
like-
to cry when Lisa was grabbing my arm and just saying, "You fucked up. You fucked up."
Oh my
by
gosh.
bringing up the TikTok.
Yeah. And then I just that was when I lost it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it was hard.
I mean, it was just also so hilarious at Walters when Lisa and Meredith's stories were so strange. And Lisa saying that she didn't remember that she had global entry or it wasn't on her ticket. Like none of it made sense. And also Meredith not remembering so much. And Mary saying, like you said, Chan, like Mary saying, it scares me you don't
Yes.
remember this.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
obviously she was blackout. Like,
Well, yeah, I think that we'll unpack a lot of this tomorrow at the reunion.
yeah.
And it'll be really interesting to see what everyone's take on it is now that we've like had a minute to decompress, work things out in our heads. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go.
I just have to say, I mean, we see this scene where Meredith apologized to you guys, have this, meet up in the park, and it's not nothing, but it's also, I think Meredith struggles to give a true heartfelt apology. It's always, I'm sorry that might have hurt you. And they're
Right.
always like caveated.
I know.
And I really hope in the reunion, I hope, now that some of the dust has settled, that there's a little bit more contrition, because
I
whatever
agree.
happened to you,
I agree.
like, was serious enough that all the other women were very startled and shaken up by it. And no one should, nobody, even if you're on a fight, even if you're on a TV show, you shouldn't make someone feel that way, especially,
Well, she should never act like that.
never.
I
Yeah.
cannot imagine acting like that in public or even behind closed
Were-
doors. I mean,
Were there other regular, like,
crazy.
civilians in
Oh,
first
yeah.
class with you?
There were.
Yes.
What were they?
and yes, there was no
way.
contrition. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a seatmate, don't know his name.
Oh my gosh.
But-
There's a guy literally next
Yeah.
to you, just like,
And he was literally just shaking his head the whole time, like
oh my god.
handing me napkins.
No.
I felt so badly for him. He was just like trapped like a rat next to me in the window.
Can we get him
so
on the
sorry.
reunion?
I
Can
know.
we fly him
That's the
out?
kind of stuff. Those are the kind of receipts, like the flight attendant that kept checking on me.
Ugh.
Miss Bateman, are you okay? Can I get you
Oh my
anything?
gosh.
Like, I'll have some sparkling water. More sparkling water. And then, yeah, my seatmate too that kept mopping up wine off of my seat and off of me.
He was
And
spilling it on you. Or what happened? Or
yeah, I got wine like all like in my hair. All down the side of my
Because are they like standing up behind your chair?
I don't know what they were doing.
Oh my
Honestly, I know what my little bubble of experience was. I know what I
didn't- you
heard
didn't
through my headphones. I
turn
didn't
back.
look back. I didn't react.
Yeah.
That was like all I had going for me. As I am not going to give them the satisfaction of reacting. Kind of like Crazy Rich Asians. Remember when she gets the dead fish and she's like, I'm not going to give them
Yeah.
the satisfaction
Yeah.
of reaction. I'm
Yes.
not calling
Yes.
security. That was kind of funny. That was ironic that I was watching that. In fact, maybe I was inspired by that scene to just be like, do not react. Do not give them the satisfaction. So I didn't react. So I know what was happening to me. I don't know who or how or why. I could hear different voices. Yeah, I mean, it's just all kind of surreal. It's kind of a blur.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure your brain was just trying to like,
Survive.
And
Yeah.
It's also just Meredith, I feel like she doesn't come across as that smart in the way that she handled this whole situation, because anyone I think with like a basic understanding of psychology would know to just play this off.
Yeah.
To just be like, oh yeah, some random TikToker says, someone was in an Uber. like,
Okay.
what do you got next? Like,
Exactly.
and then it's like
Exactly.
move on, but it's like
Exactly.
freaking out
Yeah.
is what makes people like, it's like methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you. That wasn't my line, but
Nice. Is that Shakespeare? What is that?
Something like it.
No, exactly. I mean, if it weren't true, it would have been like water off a duck's back.
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, even you watch the way Bronwyn handled some of the Todd stuff,
Right.
where that are real crazier, almost
Mhm.
crazier accusations.
Oh, way crazier.
she-
right?
she, I don't know, handles them and like
For sure.
de-escalates.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I mean, I would have handled it differently. If something's not true, you don't really get that upset about it. You're like, no.
Exactly.
The end.
Slap.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I know. Good point.
So it'll be interesting to see, I guess, what comes out at the reunion
Yes.
about all of that. So what
I've-
part of the season are we currently in then? If you're about to tape the reunion, are we midway through the season or
No, we're
almost at
like
the
three
end?
quarters.
Oh,
I think we're like, I know. It's been so fun.
So
I mean, you do realize this is the best Bravo franchise right now.
Yes. Can
Like,
you believe
it's
I'm on it? Like, I seriously can't believe my luck that I am on the best Bravo franchise. Like, what?
I mean, and like
Headed
give
to
yourself
center
some credit,
snowflake.
some
You're
credit.
so cute.
It's
I
true.
honestly, I feel so fortunate. I wouldn't say blessed. I'd say fortunate.
why do you think you guys do such a good job in comparison to other casts? Like, what do you? I mean, I can tell you what I think the magic is.
You're going to have to tell me what you think because I don't have the time to watch other franchises.
Yeah.
I can barely keep on top of my own life. If they send me a screener of another franchise, I will love to watch it. But you'll have to tell me. I just know the magic that we have is
Yeah.
that we're so, in my opinion, we're so diverse. I mean, you've got the Mary to the me of it all. And I don't think we could be more different. She's just, you know what I mean? Everything,
Personalities, all of you.
so different. I'm this crazy out there showgirl, and she's a showgirl in her own right.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. She's so funny.
I mean,
Anyway, you tell me.
I think that's what it is. You are all showgirls. And I think, unfortunately, on a lot of casts, they can more be very much like image focused, kind of more influencers.
Interesting.
And so they're not campy, they're not fun, they're not like the performance level just isn't there.
Even seeing you guys
Interesting.
all get dressed up like, Boston Tea Party people, like those are not necessarily hot outfits, but you are all willing to do it. And it, like
Totally.
makes the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. We do love a good theme. Not all of us love a good theme, but yes. Yeah, that's fun. We are all showgirls, though. And don't you think that comes from our Mormon upbringing? Hello.
Yeah.
We all sing in primary.
Yeah.
You're right.
We all learn popcorn popping. Or are you guys too young for that?
No, I'm
Popcorn
I remember
popping?
that song. Yep.
No,
In
absolutely.
primary?
Yeah.
Yes. They don't do it anymore, by the way. I had
They
a
don't-
primary calling, and I'm like, where are the fun songs?
Really, no more fun songs.
No more fun songs. No more
Only 2 hours now,
out
too.
the window. Yeah. Has it been that long since you guys have been to
Yes.
church?
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I started going back to church 5 years ago and then got rebaptized because my mom, that was her dying wish, is that I get rebaptized. I'm like, oh, Mom. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's very different now.
Do you go now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the
no.
chorister.
And
Oh my
are you?
gosh.
I love it.
So
You-
but
Hot
Jared
Forester.
is not
Love to see you up there leading the music.
Totally.
You're so cute. Is Jared what?
But Jared's not active.
He comes with me. I mean, he's active, but he's not in the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay,
it's fun. It's
No,
a fun full circle.
But it's like you also, like you bring your own
Yeah.
version of Mormon 2.0.
I'm
to
3.0, I like
I
to
know,
say.
yes. Which I also think makes for like, the show being even more interesting.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Where can everyone
Instagram
find you?
handle,
On Instagram.
Britani Bateman.
Yeah, Britani Bateman.
Okay, TikTok.
Britani. Yep,
Love
TikTok
it.
too.
You're gonna get some
the link is there.
dopamine every day
Oh,
if you follow Britani.
I need to step up my game. I know.
Thanks for
you
joining.
guys.
Thank you.
There's nothing more delightful, Chandler, than enjoying a television show or a meal with an early bird gummy. Okay? All of a sudden, the flavors are more delicious, the jokes are funnier, your company is more enjoyable, to be totally honest. It's the combination of 12.5 milligrams CBD and 2.5 milligrams THC that I think gives this warm, gooey, melty body feeling that also helps me have an amazing night's sleep.
Yes. Speaking of which, I have had a few of those crazy middle of the night wake ups that are related to my cycle. Just leave it at that. And Early Bird helps me fall back to sleep. Like I cannot overstate how important it is to have a solution when you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back to sleep.
Literally, Kagan many times will be like, where are the gummies before bed?
Everyone, go to earlybirdcbd.com to pick up a bottle of Early Bird CBD. They are the best gummies. We love them so much. Use code PA20 for 20% off your order.
When I'm hydrated, everything in my life, it just works better. My mood, my focus, my energy, it all improves. That's why I have been using Drip Drop. It's become part of my daily feel-good routine, right up there with skincare and pretending I'm a morning person. Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. It uses a precise ratio of electrolytes and glucose for rapid absorption, delivering 3 times the electrolytes and half the sugar of leading sports drinks, so you actually feel results fast. More focus, better energy, improved mood, and even glowing skin. And this stuff is legit. Drip Drop's science-backed formula is trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro teams because it's engineered to rehydrate you faster and more effectively than water alone. And the best part? It tastes amazing. There are 16 original flavors and 8 zero sugar options. I am personally loyal to the lemon lime. It's my morning reset and my midday revival all in one. To make it easy, Drip Drop has flexible subscription options so you're never stuck without proven fast hydration. On the job, at the gym, chasing kids, or just trying to survive a heat wave, you'll always have your drip on hand. Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code POP. That's dripdrop.com, promo code POP for 20% off. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code POP.
Well, well, well. Everybody, I hope you have enjoyed our Britani Bateman interview. But we have more to say, as always, more to share.
We do. We absolutely do. We could only record with Brittany for 30 minutes. That's what the Bravo powers that be, higher ups, that's what they told us. But Chandler and I, there's so much more to dig into this week, and we would be remiss, Chandler, if we did not give our listeners the full program today.
We are actually in the fortunate position, for once, where there are so many good stories, we had to narrow it down a bit.
Mm-hmm. I know. Okay, there's so much happening right now. Can I tell you where I'd love to start, though?
Please.
This absolutely out-of-pocket Bethenny Frankel Architectural Digest feature.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew the minute I saw it that we were going to be talking about it on the podcast, and I'm just like not sure how hard in the paint we want to go right now.
I think let's mention it all because that's the only appropriate tone when discussing anything Bethenny.
Lauren, she's a real estate investor. I mean, I don't, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to already get into her clapback video. Let's talk
Okay.
about the feature. Let's talk about the home, the decor. Once again, everybody, I'm a renter. So, I made fun of Kathy Hilton's TV tables one time. She got mad at me. I felt really guilty. I have nowhere to stand in this because I am a renter for the time
Yes.
being.
We are going to participate in the great American pastime of criticizing something we can't afford. And we just want to be very self-aware about that. Okay?
100%.
But you know what? I actually think we are all within our rights to criticize the home decor choices. So Bethenny has moved into, it looks like it's like a townhome, a very nice
No way.
townhome. No, I
It's
believe
not
it
a
is.
townhome. I feel like the exterior is just almost townhome-like, but I would be shocked if she moved into a townhome. That feels like crazy.
Well, you just
No shade to
know.
townhomes.
No shade to townhomes, but I think a standalone home, like architects are never like, you know what we want to make this look like? We want to go for a townhome facade.
Lauren, what you're saying, I feel like they just didn't want to give too much away about where she lives. Like it's like for security reasons. Are you talking about the picture of the exterior? Is that where you're drawing this
Yes, I'm talking
conclusion
about the
from?
picture of the
Yeah,
exterior.
that's not the main entrance to an apartment building.
Well, I know, but it looks like it could be a shared unit where there's
Okay,
another
yes.
family that lives on a side of a wall.
I completely agree with you. I don't believe that she is in a townhome. Actually, I will say, do you think anybody wants to share a wall with that voice?
With her doing
I
her
can't. I'm trying to imitate her doing like biting into a chicken salad, but
no,
nobody
her
wants to share a wall with that.
her just like you're trying to sleep peacefully and then you just like hear out of the corner of your ear, Handbag University is back in session. It's like, are you
No, it's like this big name brand wanted to pay me $10 million to review their blush, and I said no, and here's why.
Here's why this L'Oreal blush from the Walgreens down the street is worth the bang for your buck. So it says, Frankel first spotted the house this past March while touring other listings in the neighborhood. I was looking for cookie cutter turnkey properties, she says, but as she parked her car, a for sale sign across the street caught her eye. A quick call to the realtor revealed the property was in foreclosure and technically off limits. She walked over anyway. They were having a kids' party, she said. Kids were swimming. Someone was cooking this amazing Indian food. I wanted to sit down and eat. I was probably in there for 5 minutes, but it was enough to see it was a blank canvas.
Vultures
Yes!
at the gate. I also saw a video about this where it was like the family's trying to have one last meal. It's that guy who does the amazing Bethenny Manic or Mother videos. And he's like, this family's trying to have one last meal, like, as their home is in foreclosure, and Bethenny is, like, at the door.
No, Bethenny is just so it's so hilarious that she's frothing at the mouth to tell what she thinks is an interesting anecdote about the acquisition of this, home, which is that it was, caught from the clutches of people losing it. And that she heard them having a party, enjoying it for probably the last
The
time. And
last
that for
time.
her is a fond memory. That's when she
No,
knew it was a
it's
blank
like
canvas.
literally, she was like, "We're gonna definitely be mentioning that." That would be something I think that you would want to avoid talking about because that is kind of a bleak beginning.
It really is. It's bad karma, it's
Especially,
bad
it's like a
juju.
family. It's not
It
like, I don't know. It's one thing for a single person to be in foreclosure, but a family? Like
well,
throwing a kid's birthday party? Swimming?
yeah, that's what I also think is kind of funny about it. It's like it's one thing of it was in foreclosure and it was an investment property for someone and they didn't even live there and whatever. But it's like, no, this was a home in foreclosure and the family was was enjoying a party there. And that's when Bethany saw it. Oh my
It was a
gosh.
blank slate that could become, I'm gonna read from the heading here, a Tulum-inspired serenity.
I love that Bethany really knows when to take off her hashtag this is a crisis cap and put on her real estate investor cap, Because
She's
instead of
got
like
so many of them.
I'm sure there were no cash cards given out at this swimming pool party. There was just dollar signs in her eyes when you saw that it was a blank canvas.
Well, so let's go back up to the beginning of the article because some of these quotes are so bizarre. So she says, she brought a clear vision and the kind of opening monologue only Frankel could deliver. Think padded cell with some warmth, she told her designer. I don't want any color. I don't want any personality. I'll add the personality on my own.
I'm
What?
sorry. This is some of the worst instructions to ever give a design professional.
Of all time. And let me just say, as somebody, kind of putting my first personal touches on my rental, okay?
Mhm.
It is the most fun part. Like the personalization, the ways that you can bring the warmth and your like own life story to the, four walls of your house is like the best part.
Also, I think that, like, it would be more fitting if it had a ton of personality because she has a ton of personality. But she saw all these comments and clapped back that there is actually a grand master plan for why she
Please.
designed her home the way she has. Before we get to her clapback, though, I would like to describe some of these designs, okay? Because it's not just neutrals. I think a lot of people can get, like, accusations thrown at them that they're too beige millennial in their taste, right?
Mhm.
And it's not just that it's like a neutral palette. A neutral palette can be very beautiful with like really interesting textures, really quality finishes, just like really thoughtful neutrals. That can be really well done. This is absolutely giving Airbnb decor. It's giving completely sanitary, like people said, home goods. It's giving Marshalls. It's giving the most generic of taste and builder grade finishes.
Well, I'd even say that like somebody, who wants to do all neutrals on their house, like that's them committing to it. Like think about a Kim
Mhm.
K committing to
Right.
all neutrals, just extremely blank slate, okay? And that in itself is a statement. My issue is that none of these rooms have any actual personality because they are just so generic.
The funny part is like they try to have some sort of personality and it's some of the tackiest design choices I've ever seen. Like for
Yes.
example, there is an ombre chevron wallpaper in shades of blue and beige. And
Ugh.
Chandler, is that not giving Oceanside Airbnb?
Yes, 100%. And I can feel like the way that the peel and stick wallpaper like bubbles up underneath my fingers. Like that's what it looks
Oh,
like. It's giving peel and stick Lowe's wallpaper.
not only is it so heinous, but then on top of it are
Ugh.
2 white paintings painted white. It's just one of those, like, textured white paintings.
Yes, double of
It's
them.
if it's really if there was, like, a definition of generic, quote, unquote, "design." I honestly, this is almost what you would put in, like, a book of bad design. Of, like,
Or
this is called generic design.
or like what AI does when AI will like stage a room virtually.
Yes, yes. I mean, the 2 tree trunk tables.
I was just gonna say, so this is the cabana room, everybody, in case you were wondering. It has been named. It's the cabana room. And there are 2 knotted tree piece coffee tables. One's like an end table, one's a coffee table. I love our grandma Marge, but she had one of these tables, and it is
Yeah.
giving grandmother furniture.
Okay, so Bethenny Clapback. Chandler, do you wanna play her clapback for the audience?
Okay, so allow me to just play a little snippet of her clapping back.
Let me give you a little education on architecture, on real estate, and on business. So AD dared to feature me, and some precious people in the comments are aghast. What in the Home Goods? What in the Wayfair? 2 brands that happen to not be in my house, but that are multi-billion-dollar brands. I design homes as an investment. Now, I love to live there and I make them exactly what I want them to be, but they're designed as investments. So, for example, my Hamptons house for 2.675, I just sold for 6. My Tribeca apartment that Frederick told me I could get in the 6s for when I paid $5 million, I got in one day, all cash, $7 million. My Soho house that you guys saw, I bought for 4.2 2 days before the Trump election, and I sold it for 7 million. Peak pandemic, worst time to sell a place in New York City, when Ryan Serhan, who I love, told me to get like 6.5 max. This home that I'm in, I paid 4.2, getting $1 million discount because it was going into foreclosure. It's worth over
Oh
6
my gosh.
now.
Okay, I just gotta stop her right there. I didn't even read the foreclosure bit. She brings it up
She
again.
She flexes again. Like, as the sweet family became homeless, I scored. I made $1 million.
Yeah, I got $1 million discount.
A sweet family
Uh,
who likes Indian food. Ugh.
it's just, I mean, first of all, so she's clapping back at people criticizing her home decor
Design
style
choices. Yeah.
by saying, I've made a lot of money from the the resales of my home. Resales. And that's kind of, to me, sidestepping the issue because it probably has nothing to do with the way she's furnished her homes. And has
Mhm.
more to do with just like the market rates, like increasing, right?
It is true that if you make a home way too specific, that it's harder to sell, right?
Mm.
Like, not a lot of people, as much as Kelly Wearstler is popular, there are not a lot of people who wanna live in those designs day in and day out,
Who is
right?
that? What does she
Kelly
do?
Kelly Wearstler is, like, a super popular interior designer, and she's known for, like, maximalism.
Got
Her
it.
design sensibility is incredible, but it's just specific, and the more
Yeah.
specific you make something, the harder it is to sell because then all of a sudden less people want that. And the more generic something is or the more neutral something is, in general, the easier it is to sell. For me, that is not an excuse for a macrame chandelier. Okay? And in fact, I just would think that anyone who's buying in this price range would actually be turned off to how shoddy this decor is.
I don't know. I do think some of this has to do with the fact that like housing prices have gone up and housing values have
Well,
gone up.
no, for sure, for sure. I
So
don't
that's
think
not
that
like it's not like she just has done a great job with the neutrals, up until
for
this
sure.
point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I agree. And I would honestly argue that the home does not feel stylistically cohesive in a way that is peaceful or pleasing to the eye, or honestly, in a way that gives rich person.
No, and if I was walking in here wanting to buy this home, what I would think is I want all this furniture out and we gotta, like, get this shitty Chevron wallpaper off the wall. Like, there's actually work to do because of
This
how
is a tear
poorly
down.
this has been done. Not a tear down.
I want $1 million discount just for having to look at the furniture. And
Chan
can I also say, I think they're actually a sponsor of the podcast, maybe not this week, maybe next week or the week, before this. I have gotten some amazing pieces from Wayfair. This is not
a dig at Wayfair.
Wayfair and HomeGoods has great stuff. It's just really a matter of sifting through and finding the right pieces, finding the right little touches here and there.
Yeah, I mean, Wayfair is more of a marketplace than it's like,
Yeah.
a curated specific type of
And
design.
girl, I'll tell you what, those coffee tables look like it could have come from, a lot of other places. I don't know. We can move on from this
Let's
subject,
move
but
on.
I was quite shocked. And I do think the most brutal part of the story is the sweet little foreclosure tale that she opens with.
Well, I don't know, and I do wanna move on. I just wanna say as well, it's just such classic Bethenny Frankel to go on some rant about how much money she's made. It's just she really is a megalomaniac. She's the most narcissistic person. Like, give that woman a mic and she will just tell on herself the entire time.
I'm so glad you said that because I'm actually not done. I want to say one more thing. She's
Okay.
flipped houses, quote unquote, in really expensive areas.
Yeah, like you said, that naturally just go up in price.
I would like to see her do a flip job, whatever. I'd like to see her try that. I don't know, try that in a less sought after part of the country and see how well
Mhm.
you do. See if your design style really pays off. Anyway, everybody, let's move
All right.
on, please.
Let's move on. Okay. This year, I want to start giving people things that will actually make their lives better. And that's why not only have I started using Function myself, it's the gift I'm giving to others. Function is the only health platform that gives me data most people never get and the insights to start doing something about it. Inside Function, you get access to over 160 lab tests annually, from hormones to toxins to markers of heart health, inflammation, and stress. It's a near 360 view to better see what's happening in your body. If you want to give someone something truly meaningful this year, give them clarity. Give your loved ones access to 160 plus lab tests annually so they can understand what's going on with their heart health, hormones, inflammation, stress, and more. Most gifts fade, but this one helps the people I love stay healthier for longer. I use Function and you should too. Own your health for $365 a year. That's $1 a day. Learn more and join using our link. Visit www.functionhealth.com/popapologist or use gift code popapologist25 for a $25 credit toward your membership. Alix Earle and Braxton have broken up, Chandler.
You called it.
I mean, there was just no reason he couldn't have hopped on a private jet to watch her performance. They clearly did not want to share this news until after the performance was over or the season of Dancing with the Stars was over, probably not to overshadow her performance,
Yeah.
but it has been confirmed. A lot of people are really upset because people really
Why?
rode for them. I think people really
She's
found,
young. He's young.
well, for sure, but I think that they were very charming and they seem to have a really wonderful love. They live together and people were invested in the relationship.
Mm. Well, my heart breaks for you guys. Did that not sound sincere? It does. I
That
mean,
did not sound convincing. It-
I'm sorry. I get it up for a lot of other monogamous couples, and my
yeah.
heart breaks with a lot of breakups, but this one did not do anything to me. My pulse, it's just so it's at a resting rate right now.
This was not a Keith and Nicole moment for you.
No, Lauren, this is absolutely not a Keith and Nicole, and thank God because I can't take much more this year.
Absolutely not. And again, to your point, she's 24. She's so young. It actually, on some level, would be kind of a negative if she found her person right now. Like, she's
Yeah,
on a good
especially
timeline to enjoy life, have fun
and
dating. She's too early to get locked down.
she has a lot more raves in Miami to go to before she finds the one, okay? A lot more. What are they called? Hard? Something what is I don't know. There's some all-night rave festival that she goes to. And
Mm.
she's got a lot left in her. So good for her. Dancing with the Stars was amazing. I hope her and Braxton find blessings on their road with new partners. And yeah, that's all. Those are my wishes for Alix Earle on this day.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing them. But you know who has found love, Chandler? Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. They are Instagram official. They shared a very cozy little video on Katie's Instagram.
I know. I mean, Instagram official with a video. That's pretty confident. I kind of
It
love it.
it really, really is. And honestly, I think that a lot of Canadians hate him and have conflicted emotions about this. But I am pro Katy Perry and I'm pro her moving on from Orlando Bloom in a really fantastic public way. So I'm writing for them.
I am just simply looking at the two of them from a superficial standpoint. Okay. I'm looking at two beautiful, dark haired people with darker features. Is that what I'd say? Because like she's like I just think they honestly look really good together.
They look, but that's because they look like brother and sister.
Yeah, and I'm here for it. Not in my own personal life, but I'm here for like the two of them who are not genetically related, but who it's pleasing to the eyes to see them together. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree. They're a cute couple. They're absolutely a cute couple.
And
I am
the
unclear
smiles
on the
look genuine.
timeline of Justin Trudeau's breakup with his wife and the reasoning behind it. And I want to honestly keep it fuzzy because I don't need
Keep it
another man
fuzzy.
to hate.
Keep it fuzzy. Let's just try to make it to the new year, and then we can do more of that type of investigative journalism. But there is also another photo of them besides just the video of they look like they're in some type of park. It looks like Justin's taking the photo, potentially in portrait mode. It's endearing to me.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Whatever. And also, I like that they're kind of like very PDA-y, you know? Like this will be
Yes.
fun to watch. It'll be clear when they break up. This is good for gossip.
I think this is also just easy listening. Like I can just enjoy this romance. I don't need to dig too much into it. Like you said, Lauren, let's keep some timelines fuzzy.
Mhm.
And I can just enjoy from the sidelines as a pop culture, yeah, as part of my job in the pop culture think tank.
You know what they say, what's good for gossip is good for the gander. Okay?
Did they really say that? I love it. I love it. Okay,
No, I
moving right
think the phrase
along.
is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That was
I was
just
gonna say,
my
I'm like,
little twist.
I've never heard that before. Another couple going strong, Timothée Chalamet and
Yes.
Kylie are on the red carpet, much to Club Chalamet's chagrin,
Mhm.
his precious aunt.
I mean, do you wanna explain a little bit what you just said?
I'll
Chandler
explain it,
sometimes speaks
everybody.
in a way as if
Speaking
really
riddles.
you're inside her brain. So why don't you
No,
explain,
if
please?
you've been following our Instagram stories, we posted about how Club Chalamet was profiled, and she does not think that the work that she does is creepy. She sees herself as kind of a protective aunt over Timothy. That's all. That's the explanation, everybody. That's why I referred to it as.
What is Club Chalamet? Is it a Reddit forum?
I think it's a blog of sorts, when it's this one woman who runs it who talks about all things Timothy and really like why his crusade for an Oscar.
Okay, so it's an Instagram account.
It's
Can I
probably
just
a lot.
say,
It's probably yeah, she's probably on all platforms.
I know our work is in sort of the public sphere in terms of we talk about celebrities, but I just think that if you run a dedicated fan page, like a wellness check needs to be done on you. Like people in your life need to intervene.
You're so out of pocket because people could literally look at our Instagram and see us talking about Meghan Markle, and they could be like, "These two should be committed."
Well, but she's not the only person we talk about. I'm saying if we ran an account that was like Meghan Markle is our queen and posted every single
I
day
mean,
and we moderated people on like the message board. I just think it takes a special level of psychosis to be a moderator of a message board of a fan community and to
Lauren,
run a fan community.
we don't wanna play this game. We don't wanna get into the psychosis Olympics because we will lose or we will win every time. If you listen to some of our Taylor Swift episodes, if you
Oh,
listen to some of
that's
our Meghan
true.
Markle episodes, you need to just walk this back and you need to shut it. You need to shut
Right.
your trap because we're gonna lose this game.
It reminds
We're
me
gonna
of a time when
Yeah.
I bought the domain name TaylorSwiftIsNotAnAccident.com.
I
Um,
mean, you guys,
I
Lauren,
was
shut up.
drunk. I was
Literally,
drunk.
stop talking. Stop talking. The more details you share, like the more evidence can be used against you in court.
No, it's
Okay.
true. It's true.
Anyway, everybody, back to Timothy and Kylie walking the red carpet for the Marty Supreme premiere, right?
Mm,
They're both in
yes.
orange. They're in matching chrome hearts looks. Um, they seem really happy. I have, struggled at times with his shaved head, but I'm learning
Mhm.
to love it. I'm learning. I like the two of them. I ship the two of them. I feel like I like Kylie Jenner more than I've ever liked her before.
Mhm.
And I'm enjoying it. Once again, from the sidelines, I'm enjoying this relationship. I'm not looking too closely.
I think that, it's a rare moment for them to actually walk the red carpet together. We're used to, I think, more like pat photos or pat videos of them at Wimbledon, at the Golden Globes, but we rarely see them actually walking the red carpet. So
Mhm.
this is actually really fun to see, and especially like him really owning the relationship.
Yes.
Um and also her owning the relationship, and they just look so good together. I'm such a fan, and honestly, I just love that they honestly, Lisa Barlow, have been going the distance.
They absolutely are. They absolutely are, a la her lawyer in LA, or police contact. One last thing on this. it would be tough for me to have to wear orange on my red carpet debut with my boyfriend.
Well, this is not their debut. They've walked a red carpet before. They
What did they
walked
do? What did they do before this?
their red carpet debut was at a photo call in Rome during the 70th David D. Donatello at Cinecittà Studios. Clearly, I
What?
did not.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. I remember this dress. Okay, yes, thank God. Now, this was a
Whew.
better look for both of them, in my sincere opinion.
Yeah,
but yeah. So anyway,
she's
strike that from the
ravishing.
record. She is
Also,
ravishing. They look happy.
can I just say, maybe this is toxic of me, but I think there's something really great about the fact that Timothée Chalamet is not with like a stick thin 21-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
there's just something nice that he's like with this like full woman. Am I allowed to
Mm-hmm.
say that?
Two kids even.
A woman with 2 children, but there's just something nice about it. Like, I think it would be so much more expected and boring if it was Timothy and Kaya Gerber on the red
Yeah.
carpet,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
2 heroine chics together. But I
Right.
just love that we see Timothée with Kylie.
Why do you say Timothée?
Well, isn't that how you pronounce his name?
No.
What?
Oh my
What?
God. I mean, now I'm gonna get in trouble, but I've always heard of Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, what isn't it?
Timothée. I've been so confused because I don't know if it's like a bit for you, but then you'll be talking seriously and you'll use it. No, I don't think it's Timothée.
But
It's
it's
Chalamet is his last name. You're
okay,
having
but
like a moment of dyslexia.
no. His first name is Timoth, E with an accent E. So it is Timothée.
Have you heard anyone else say that?
I feel like that's how I hear everyone to pronounce it. Okay. I'm gonna have Google.
Okay,
Hold
I
on.
guess I just did it. So Timothée is pronounced in a few ways. The French way is closer to Timothée, like Timothée, but actor Timothée Chalamet says most people say Timothy, which he's fine with, and even offers Tim or Timmy as options, noting he doesn't mind nicknames. The French name has origins, but hence the accent and spelling, but he finds the French, oh, here we go, but he finds the French pronunciation a bit pretentious for everyday use. So that kind of tracks with you, that like you would only use the most pretentious like version of his name.
I was not trying to be pretentious.
Yeah, you were.
FYI. I don't think I follow up Timothée with Chalamet as I'm trying to be
I mean,
pretentious.
is that a little insane though? If the way his mom wanted his name to be was Timothée Chalamet, like that's fucking crazy.
Wait, no, but French pronunciation, it doesn't sound like it's Timothée.
Right? It's Timothée.
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 Not
Timothée.
Timothée. Okay, well,
No.
another name I've
Completely wrong.
mispronounced. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Timothée.
so it
I'm
is
so glad we
Timothée
cleared that up.
Chalamet.
So glad we cleared that up. That was just like a lot. Like I've been wondering that for like at least the last 12 times we've mentioned him.
I was gonna say like 2 years, like ever since we've talked about him, he has been Timothée in my mind. Honestly, this podcast has really exposed some mispronunciations on our end, like
I mean-
Nicola Peltz, who forever was Nicola, and then
Ricola.
Ghislaine, which forever was.
We
just-
still don't know.
just-
I'm not gonna attempt to say it right because it will be wrong no matter what.
Someone was like, the pronunciation journey every week is fun, but you could just look at one documentary. And in my defense, on the documentaries, they say her name differently. So
Yeah, I'm not wading into that freaking shark infested waters. No, I mean the way that this podcast makes me question my ability to speak the English language, the only language I've ever spoken and ever known how to speak, is really shocking. I mean, I feel like I'm using tenses wrong. I am misconjugating. It's terrible. But, we can just, another part of the podcast, coal mines.
Oh, also someone did question whether we fact check our episodes.
Oh, well, that's happened before. That's a classic complaint.
This is after the Mrs. Durham episode. So
Oh, yeah.
we actually don't fact check our episodes. We don't pour over every single word uttered or sentence uttered and then try to find a peer-reviewed journal to, have a citation. Okay. We would have one episode come out every millennia if we did that. We are also not the New York Times. This is a podcast for entertainment purposes, and please only take it as such. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible? Financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are the things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save on your car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. So, I recently moved into a new home, and listen, nothing humbles you faster than realizing you need to buy everything from scratch. You don't have guest towels, you barely have real seating situations, and none of your plates match. And while the holidays are here and the new year is right around the corner, getting what I need fast is the only option. Thankfully, Wayfair has everything: bedding, linens for every empty guest room, decor for every corner of my home, and I can't forget kitchen essentials. I'm currently eyeing the most adorable Christmas dinnerware set because I refuse to serve holiday meals on my random collection of white plates. I've been filling my cart with essentials to get this new home ready for actual humans: throw pillows, lamps, towels, and the delivery has been fast and totally painless. Wayfair really is my new one-stop shop right now, especially when I'm trying to make this place feel festive and functional at the same time. Get last-minute hosting essentials, gifts for all your loved ones, and decor to celebrate the holidays for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Well, let's move forward because there's much to get into this episode. So, we really have two shows that we want to discuss. One
We
is
do.
the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and the other one is the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives reunion. I think let's talk about Beverly Hills first. Let's start
Okay.
on a high note.
Okay, let's start on a high. People also might have fatigue from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So, yes, agreed. We can start with the premiere episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We see all the women in their glory except for Garcelle. Garcelle has
Hmm.
left, except for Jennifer Tilly. I guess maybe we see her later on in the season.
Yeah.
Um, and we see the new housewife, not new pop culture name, Rachel Zoe.
Rachel Zoe, who I'm just going to call it, is going to be an MVP of this show. I'm sorry for Lisa Rinna, who I don't know if she was maybe thinking that she could always come back, but I think her place as like the person who just calls it like it is. I mean, I think Rachel Zoe gives Lisa Rinna and more. Like, not only
Mm.
is she what?
Well, I don't have the experience with her yet to agree with you.
Well, I just think, okay, she's super fashionable and she's very blunt. And I think she is not afraid to pull no punches. Like at the dinner where she tells Dorit, or at the lunch or whatever they're doing, she tells Dorit like he's a narcissist. It was going to be then or in 5 years. Like I just think that Rachel Zoe is kind of the voice you need, who's just going to say the thing. Or
Yeah.
when she says like, "Were you upset that PK?" Someone says at the lunch, "Were you upset that PK," like, they don't wanna say it, and then she goes, "Was running around with girls." Like, we
Yeah.
need someone to move it along,
Yeah.
honestly, and Rachel Zoe, she has that no BS style that I think
Right.
I appreciate personally.
I mean, I just love seeing the, like, fashion pedigree with her because I never
Mhm.
watched was it the Rachel Zoe Project?
Yes.
I never watched it. I should go back and watch it. So seeing her backstory is amazing, and she obviously just carries with her so much, esteem, and I feel like that is the essence of Beverly Hills.
No, she absolutely does, and I think that there's one thing with Beverly Hills, if you compare it to, like, a Salt Lake, which is these women, they're not nearly as campy or funny. Like, that's one thing I have to, on some level, kind of ground myself in as I'm watching. It's a
Mm,
slower paced program than Real
yeah.
Housewives of Salt Lake City, and it's way less comedic.
Yeah,
But
definitely less funny.
there's just more genuine, like, wealth to look at
Yeah.
on some level, and there's something there's, like, a substance to this show that
Well,
is fun to watch.
I think you're seeing legacy famous people on Beverly Hills. A
Mhm.
Kathy Hilton, like you're seeing people who have
Kyle
I guess
Richards.
I Kyle Richards. people who have been famous for a very long time, who have been rich for a very long time. And I think that
Mhm.
that's a different type of person to watch on your TV.
And real rich, not Lisa Barlow,
Mhm.
fake rich,
No.
real
No,
rich.
no, no. No. So okay, just back to Rachel Zoe though for a second.
Yeah.
I had no idea about her long-standing, like, relationship and marriage with her former husband, Roger Berman.
Mhm.
No clue that they were together for so long before they even had kids. Like,
Mhm.
this, because she says at one point, "The person I was with for my adult life," and I was like, "Wait, is that true?" And then later on, she says, "We were together for 18 years before we had our sons."
Ugh, that was definitely just,
Uh,
like, not what I wanted to hear. Then
n
she basically
no.
blames their breakup on the kids.
No, I know, and there's a lot of people here who have had children and who are still married and have been married for a very long time. This breakup actually has done a little bit of a number on me, and I was trying to, like, read more about, like, what happened, and I would love to do a deep dive on it if there's material out there for us to cover, because what went wrong? What happened with Roger? And people say he's a bad guy, but I don't, or that he's, like, kind of the worst.
Mm.
Like, he was, I guess, annoying on the show, I guess.
What I have been told on Instagram Reels or
Yes.
TikTok.
Your sources have said, your citations.
What I have seen is what I meant to say, is
Mhm.
that this is Rachel's attempt at revenge.
Yes, yes, I saw that too.
Yeah. So I think, I apologize for not having the dirt on Roger. I don't know. I would be shocked if it's actually that hard to find. So I actually should have come better prepared today, research with this. But I think we're going to find out all about it. It's very clear her kids love her, right? And I feel
Yes.
like there was a weird moment where like it was clear the kids don't see him very much.
No, I mean, the kid she was like, "Hey, you're gonna go to dad's at this time," and he was like, "Well, as long as I as" he goes, "Well, as long as I get to spend the morning with you." Ugh,
Which is sweet for
terrible.
her. Also, it's just
Yeah, but
makes me
just
like
sad all around.
it makes me very sad how these men, and I don't know enough about him, so maybe I shouldn't lump him in this category, but especially if you look like a PK. Didn't PK have kids before he met Dorit? Like he had a set of
I
kids.
think so,
Then
I
he
think
meets
so.
Dorit, has another set of kids, and
Mhm.
seems to be content to now all of a sudden, barely see his kids. I don't know. He does dances with Jagger on or Phoenix
No, but
on Instagram.
what did Dorit say in this episode? She said he doesn't have the lifestyle to have custody.
He's a major professional partier, as Erica said.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
that's how he met Dorit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also thought it was pretty spicy when she said, "I think he saw Mauricio."
I know. So
Like, I
sad.
think he's
Honestly,
so
so
sad. It's
sad.
like your best couple friends. I mean, let's go back, Lauren. Ugh, I wish I could hold your hand through the computer. Let's go back to that scene in Kyle's living room the night after the robbery and all of them
Mm,
hugging,
I
and
know.
just how far we've fallen since
How
then.
far we've fallen. How many diamonds have been traded for sandcastles, truly. And how apropos of a metaphor, given that we're talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I know. Moving on though, what about Sutton? I mean, I enjoyed seeing Reba, Sutton's mom, yet again, this season. I love that she was in the very first episode. And I think my favorite part about Sutton was actually her mom this episode, when her mom literally takes no prisoners and says she finds PK to be extremely unattractive and that she would not kiss him.
Oh, not only does she say that he's not attractive, but she also says there's no question he's a loser. I don't know if you caught that
No,
much.
no.
Reba is hilarious. One thing I thought was interesting was the fact that Christian Strack is asking for an annulment with the Catholic Church for his marriage to Sutton, and that can
Hmm.
only mean that he's getting remarried.
Yeah, or it does it have anything to do with, like, her money in any way?
No, it's all it has to do with is it's basically like the Mormon church. Like you kind of have to get divorced within the Mormon church as well as in the eyes of the law. And you can't remarry in the Mormon church unless you've done that.
Mm,
Unless you've had like your first, I think it's called a sealing. Like you unless you've had that. I don't know if they call it annulled, but anyway,
yeah.
unsealed. And
Yes.
anyway, yeah, to get remarried in the Catholic Church, you have to get your first marriage annulled in the Catholic Church. And I'm just dying for any details on Christian Strack's new woman. Apparently, it's Sutton's friend. Like,
Wait,
there's something,
really?
yeah, it's
Wow.
Sutton's friend. They went to St. Bart's together last Christmas or New Year's. She was there for her son's birthday, and her son and I guess and this other woman's son are best friends, and Sutton talked about it on
Mm,
Watch What Happens Live, that she was
wow.
going with Christian and his new, like, girlfriend or his girlfriend. So,
It
anyway, that's just a little bit of insider baseball on this annulment.
it is interesting because, when she brings this up, all the women talk about going by their maiden names, especially Kyle, and you think that she'd want to go by her maiden name. I mean, I get it's, like, the same last name as her kids, so that's a very
Yeah.
real part of it, but, like, you'd think that she'd want to disentangle her identity from him. At least I don't know. Yeah.
I just think that Sutton Strack sounds better than Sutton Brown.
Oh, you think it's just purely, the way it sounds?
I think she probably likes the prestige. I'm sure there's some prestige conferred on the Strack name, given the level of major success Christian Strack has achieved. If you
Yeah.
Google him, by the way, you can it's just like him speaking at conferences on, like, I don't know, the future of energy and finance. Like, he is a very, very big person in the world. I'll just leave it at that. And so
Okay.
she probably feels like that last name just has more pull.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
And
Interesting.
hopefully it's for her for, also for the wanting the same last name as the kids. Also, I'm just gonna say this, if you marry someone and change your last name, I don't even care if it's for a year, you get say so on if you keep that last name.
Okay.
You disagree?
No, I don't disagree, I just haven't thought about it. I'm actually going through the
Mm,
process of trying to change my last name right now, and it's such a nightmare.
yeah, it is very annoying.
Okay, moving on from Sutton back to Kyle. Let's just talk about the, little quesadilla luncheon that she puts on for her daughters,
Yeah.
and the way they all kind of shit on Mo. I
I
loved it.
I loved it too. I love how unbothered Kyle is by him living his F-boy lifestyle, his
Mhm.
new F-boy lifestyle. I feel like that part is nice to see. It's clear she's just, like, so over him. The people who it is hard on, though, are the girls.
Yeah, but you can tell it's so satisfying to her that they're so on her side.
Oh,
That she says,
completely.
"Sorry," and they're all 5 alpha females.
Yeah.
"Sorry, Mo." I love to see it. It's so galvanizing to me. It's just like women are the best, and we just like we ride for each other.
Yeah, and he also is doing the most in the most embarrassing way.
Yeah.
Like, it would be a completely whatever if he was just privately dating these age inappropriate women, and they just unfortunately had to deal with that. But it's a different situation when he's getting paparazzi'd with these women. He's at Art Basel dancing in what looks like a
Ugh.
Zara, okay? He's so cringe, and I think there's a cringe element that actually is a little criminal.
Their dad is pretending to be 20. Yeah, it's really embarrassing and very cringe, like you said.
Yeah, and I feel for them. But I think truly this is gonna be a great season of Beverly Hills. I don't think it's going to be quite as good as Salt Lake, but I think it's gonna be fun to watch.
Well, I would say that, the bar is on the floor in general for housewives, with the exception of Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is amazing, but none of the other franchises speak to me anymore. And I am just like so happy to have a just new life reviving Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's fun to have an actually good franchise back. Okay, let's talk about the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives reunion. Stassi hosted it.
Let's get into Demi and Brett first because I think they have the biggest performance, the biggest role in the reunion. And so I think
Yeah.
we would be remiss if we didn't just maybe start there.
Well, we start on a low because Brett immediately goes after Zach's stature and the
Ugh.
tone of his voice. I mean, if you're 47 years old, okay, picking on a 27-year-old for physical attributes he cannot help, it's so cringe and embarrassing. It's so cringe and embarrassing, especially knowing what I know of Brett Engelman. It is so embarrassing.
Can you imagine if you heard Kagan, like, say that to another man? If I heard Ben, like, say that in a moment of heat or anger, I would be so
No.
disgusted with him. I would just be like, "Oh, this is actually the way that you think. This is actually who you are."
Yeah. Well, and you can tell that's where he gets a lot of his self-worth from, right?
Mhm.
is his looks and his stature. And anyway, it's just so immature. And I think you just have no excuse, especially pushing 50
Well,
for these kind of like low jabs. I mean, you just think about like, I don't know, Brett Engelman to me is such a man child. And honestly, him and Demi, they deserve each other.
when he then goes on to apologize to Miranda for calling her white trash, and he's like, I don't even remember saying that. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not exactly an out of character moment for you, buddy.
No,
That seems like something
not
you
at
would
all.
totally say.
Yeah.
And you've probably said about plenty of other people.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on though from Brett, because he's a situation, him and Demi absolutely deserve each other. I want to talk about Demi and, what she kind of details and uh, yells about during this reunion. I mean, it felt like there was just so much screaming from her and yelling. It was
Yeah.
hard to honestly follow the tale that she was trying to spin.
Well, okay. I think that for me, the worst part was trying to compare or put herself in the same camp as Macy and Michaela. And at one point, she she says to Macy, "You got raped by your abuser, or you got slapped, or whatever. And what if XY, like, what if you were questioned by the fact that you, like, also, talked to him after or
Said I love
whatever?"
you.
And the difference there, the thing, well, first of all, the even just that phrase, "You got raped by your abuser, or you got slapped, or whatever," is so horrific. But then also, do you know much about Macy's, what she went through?
Well, okay. First of all, I just want to say, in all fairness, Demi says right before that she kind of tries to caveat it and she goes, I'm not trying to be insensitive about this, but and then she launches into it. So
Mm.
I'm just going to say that she does say that before. It's still very hard to hear. And I've watched it twice now. And every time she begins this argument, I'm just like, oh, this is just like not, it's not doing what you think it's doing. It's making you look so insensitive. But no, I don't know a lot about Macy's.
Her accusation against Marciano is that he slapped her on the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's her sexual assault allegation, and calling him a sexual predator. And I think that, yeah, debating the veracity of those claims and the nature of their relationship aside, I just think that Macy's relationship specifically was so different because she was actually in a relationship with this guy, right? Like they were
Mm-hmm.
living together, or maybe not
Mm-hmm.
living together, but they went to BYU together. And this is what's so crazy about this. This guy, and big trigger warning, so I'm going to describe what she discusses happened.
Is this in her book?
This is actually on her blog,
Oh, wow.
but she posted about it. So big trigger warning, everyone. So at one point, he comes at her with a knife, a big butcher knife, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Because at a time when they were separated, she kissed someone else, and he said, "I want you to feel the pain I'm feeling," okay, with a
Oh my
knife.
gosh.
And then separately, he drugged her. He put something in her
Ugh.
drink, fully drugged her, and then raped her. And then the next day, basically said, "Since we've already had sex, we basically, like, it doesn't make sense to not have sex anymore."
Oh
And
my
he
god, wow.
he
It was
also
like the
told her
ugh.
that he would tell BYU in the honor code if, like, if she broke up with him. And she was at BYU on a full tennis scholarship. So
Mhm.
she just, like, lived in fear of this. Macy's situation is so harrowing. And so it just, for me, it's like, you can't even give a qualifier. You can't say not to compare and then go on to compare.
No, the qualifier is almost like almost makes it worse because it's like
Right? It's like you're aware of what you're
what
doing.
you're aware of how, like, incongruent these things are, and you're still
Right.
going to try to, like, garner sympathy, and,
Totally.
like, manipulate the situation. I mean, and then you look at, like, a Michaela, like, I mean,
Mhm.
her husband doesn't even know who the person is who abused her. Like,
Yeah.
that's how locked away and dark this burden is for her, like, this terrible thing that happened to her is, and I don't know, to just have, like, it all thrown back at you as a way to, like, be manipulated by this person, it's one of the worst things I've seen on TV.
Well, and
frankly.
also her abuse started when she was 6 years old.
Yeah.
So it's just like I think you can tell by the looks on their faces that they are not having it. And they're also put in this impossible
Yeah.
situation where they can't even like defend the integrity of their experiences without basically like not believing women. So
Exactly.
she has put not only the audience but these actual survivors in an impossible situation. But I will say I'm glad it seems like 99% of the audience is seeing right through it.
Well, I think it'll be interesting too because Marciano is suing Demi for defamation.
And I don't think you sue for defamation, especially I my guess is that Marciano does not have super deep pockets.
No, I think it's LVP behind him.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
because
think he
she like Vanderpump Villa. I think it's kind of like the credibility of that show kind of hinges on this
mm,
and like
yeah.
that show being a safe place or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I would be shocked, honestly, if he didn't feel like he was 100% in the right here and
Yeah.
completely falsely accused by Demi.
Yeah.
The fact that
Yeah.
he's suing.
Okay. Can we all agree that holiday gifting paralysis is real? Every year, I'm like, this is the season I'm going to be thoughtful and intentional.
No, and then all of a sudden you're panic Googling best gift for your in-laws.
Exactly. Don't even get me started on the tricky people on my list: our dad, our sister, my husband.
Oh, the people who have it all, okay? How do we shop for Courtney Grow? I can never tell you.
This year, Lauren, though, I'm going to outsource the stress.
And how are you doing that?
Macy's free personal stylists. They're basically holiday elves with impeccable taste.
Wait, they help with gifting and not just outfits.
Oh, yeah, baby. So they can style you for parties, obviously, but they also help you pick out gifts. They know the brands, the trends, the hidden gems, and they curate options for every person on your Christmas list.
What I will say about Macy's personal stylists is that they are experts on brands and trends and products that make really good gifts for friends and family. And they can search all across Macy's amazing categories and brands to curate the perfect item or a combination of items.
Right, they know the full catalog. So for the amateur chef who shows love through home cooked meals, a Le Creuset round Dutch oven. It's like an heirloom level gift.
For the beauty minimalist, the Hermes lipstick set, it's chic, collectible, truly an it girl stocking stuffer.
Or maybe you're searching for the effortlessly cool guy in your life. The Barber wax jacket is such a classic staple. He will reach for it year after year.
You know, I love kicking off the new year with a fresh scent, so I've been eyeing the 12 Days of Scent for Her advent calendar. It's this gorgeous fragrance-filled gift set made just for Macy's, and it's basically the perfect way to sample a bunch of luxe perfumes without committing. I feel like it's going to help me finally figure out my 2026 signature scent.
I've been saying for years that you need to lock in your signature scent, and I'm just finally glad you're listening to me. The best part of Macy's personal stylist is that you don't even have to play Santa in person if you don't want to. Macy's will ship it for you, so you can send your loved ones stunning fine jewelry or a little fragrance moment without ever having to leave your couch. Plus, you get 20% off your purchase from your first stylist session.
Speaking of fine jewelry, Macy's has gorgeous pieces from RH Macy's, Effie, Le Vian, Grown with Love, Badgley Mishka, and Italian Gold, all at 30 to 50% off, and every single one adds that extra hit of luxe and sparkle that makes your winter outfits feel intentional.
Yes, it's all part of the Macy's Friends and Family event happening now with an extra 15% off beauty and fragrance. So if your gift list is starting to feel like a puzzle, book a free styling session online or in store, tell them who you're shopping for, and let Macy's do the heavy lifting. Future you will be very pleased. Okay, but moving on from Demi and Brett and that whole situation, that whole awful situation, I want to talk about Dakota's moment where he,
Mm-hmm.
kicks all the women off the stage so he can come tell his side of the story. I mean, I just felt like this was such a pointless segment. Also,
Yeah.
it did feel disrespectful that like he could just like have the stage and that like all the women had
No.
to leave. It's like it's their show, everybody. Dad talk is annoying.
Right. And I felt like it was just sad to see that it took him cheating on Taylor with a close family friend, one of Leanne's friend, for her parents to fully stick up for her. Because if you remember last season,
Yeah.
when he had cheated, they were like, well, what were you, expecting him to treat you like, Like,
Mhm.
remember that? They were basically
Mhm.
blaming her for him cheating. And
Yeah.
so the fact that it took this much for them to stand beside their daughter is really sad. He is disgusting. He's posted something on Instagram being like, when you don't need to go on national TV to date 30 girls.
Ugh.
And the idea that he thinks that that is like makes him look good or attractive is hilarious.
He's a trash person. He's a dumpster
He-
fire person.
No, he absolutely is. And I would love to see him not return for season 4.
Yeah, like, I think I'm good on, like, their whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think what did it for me, what felt open shut about everything is that when he was on the last reunion crying, saying, "I'll do anything to put our family back together. I'll do anything. No more lies, whatever." And this Taylor literally says this. This is why I'm reminded of it. This is why I was reminded of it. He knew about like what had happened with their family friend at that point. So he was still sitting on lies.
Mhm.
So he
No,
is just like and you see him breaking, weeping so hard, and you're like, "Oh, you are just a full liar, master manipulator."
that was diabolical. It was so crazy. It's honestly scary. Scary to see.
Scary.
How did you feel about Stassi as a host?
You know, I think she was put in a tough position because I felt like a lot of the reunion was like in other housewives reunions, it'll be part 1, 2, and 3, right? And you almost get a little bit fatigued by how long they are because they let so many of the conversations fully run their course and people say
Mhm.
their piece and Andy like moderates the back and forth. And this one, I felt like people could say 1 or 2 lines, somebody could respond, and then it was like, and then we'll have to see what happens in season 4. Like she
Yeah.
was, I think, being told to move things along, and none of
Mhm.
these subjects really got exhausted in the way that I was kinda hoping they were going to be.
Yeah, I felt like she had too many people to wrangle. Like there's so many cast members and so many storylines that it just felt like a very hard task for her to not only keep it moving, but also to drill deep into any of it. So I felt like she did as good of a job as she could have done, but I kind of would have preferred like a two-part reunion and just going much more into each subject and actually like getting to the bottom of it on some level or having some sort of closure
And
than zipping past everything.
maybe this is more of an editing issue because I know they filmed for what, 11, 12 hours?
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. And so the fact that, like, what made it into the cut was, like, Chase or no, not Chase. Yeah, Chase and his little brother, like, having a
Right.
moment on stage, like, what? But, like, we didn't get to hear basically Whitney talk at all. Like, I would have just enjoyed hearing more of the women talk more about what has happened to them and, like, what their lives have been like and just Jen and, even not getting into the super dark stuff that, like, I just feel like there was a lot more to talk about that did not get talked about.
I'm dying to know how much Stassi got paid to, like, sip a Dunkin' Donuts refresher on
Oh,
camera.
the freaking product placements too, and I honestly just, like, I didn't love the, "A Merry Mom Talk Christmas." I guess,
No.
like, Andy does that type of stuff, but I don't know, it was all a little cringy to me.
Very cringe. I am excited for season 4. I will be watching. I hope we get the full cast back. I do think we need to be next season. I don't love her actions. I do think she makes for good TV. And you know what? I guess that's just the deal with the devil I'll make.
I guess that is I mean, I agree with you. I think that she just brings a level to it that, for better or for worse, like, does make the show a lot more juicy.
Very juicy. Okay, you guys, love you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being Pop Apostles. And we'll be back on Friday with an episode for Global Elites. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Judge of the world, Pluto TV is free with all the best movies. The holidays are brutal, so if you're feeling frugal, stream Pluto TV, stream Pluto TV, stream Pluto TV for free. Stream blockbuster hits like 21 Jump Street, Ted, The Expendables, and so much more on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.